way.
Wow, that was fantastic. Cool. That and the diets is a problem, and I was recently sort of trying to do that, and I went on the thing where you have all just shakes, milkshakes,
Yeah.
and I thought because I've done that previously and dropped 10 kilos very quickly, and last time I did it, I just felt horrid, and I said I would rather be a bit pudgy than do this. So yes, it's not really a good way. So what's the right way? I mean, it's a totally different mindset, isn't it? What do you teach on your course? You know, is it restricting what you eat? Is it just eating, buying healthy food, cooking your own food? What are some of the kind of underlying beliefs?
Yeah, so I think it's first of all getting away from that all or nothing mindset. I think oftentimes when we think about eating, it's either we're eating, half a pizza or, then we feel guilty and then we try to restrict and then we kind of overeat or binge eat again. And so a lot of it is finding that sweet spot where you maximize the value you get from whole, real, fresh food and do it in a way where it's enjoyable. I don't want people to suffer through their eating where they're just eating chicken and broccoli. I think that's boring. I think food should be celebrated, but also doing it in a way where you're very intentional and mindful about how it makes you feel, recognizing that food is never going out of style. You'll always have access to it, I think, for the most part, and that's such a gift. And so just taking the pressure away of having to overindulge because you feel like you shouldn't, and instead giving yourself permission to do that. And when you do, you find that you naturally start to make choices, modify your portion sizes that just make you feel better. And of course, so much of the reasons that we make choices isn't just about the food. It's so much about the mindset and underlying stress or emotional eating that might take place, or not having that kind of base nutrition foundation or understanding. Oftentimes when we're not sleeping enough, we have, hormones that are working against us. We are more inclined to eat more. So I really focus on the entire spectrum of wellness. So everything from lifestyle choices around sleep and stress management and movement to educating people on nutrition, and then really personalizing it to them to figure out how can we find the best of both worlds, where you're enjoying your food, you're eating ice cream in a way that feels good, but you're also walking away feeling great, and there's no kind of downside there. So yeah, it's a lot of mindful and intuitive eating techniques that I've found to be incredibly successful.
Yes, it was interesting what you said that when you sort of take the holistic approach, you end up making healthier choices anyway. And, it's like when you're feeling stressed out, maybe instead of grabbing a beer, or my wife will grab like a chocolate cake or something, and when you
Hmm.
start getting in control and exercising and doing, you start thinking, I don't even want to do that. So it's a good approach, I think, to really look at everything in terms of what are you trying to deal with mentally through food, and start making better choices. And I did put up there's a call where you can have, well, that's not it, it's this one here, have a chat with Maura. The link is in the show notes. And is that like a Zoom chat, and what do you talk about with that, Maura?
Yeah, so this is a highly condensed like intro call where at the end of this complimentary 20-minute call, you and I can create a game plan together and some actionable things you can start focusing on to make eating less stressful and create sustainable habits that just make you feel better. So, yeah, I just want to offer that to you guys.
Awesome. And you know what? People might say, "Well, I'm not going to do it right before Christmas," but I think it's actually this week is a really good time to get yourself a bit of a plan, and then